Well, I haven't.
Oh, yay.
I think we could probably. do
Yeah,
that.
it's okay. My fist is up.
And Bruce is not here.
Bruce is not joining us. Jeffrey also sent it.
I've only seen Jeffrey once.
All right, so our first matter is the approval of the agenda, which everybody has in front of them.
I'll move to approve.
What do we do? Maria's made a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor? Approved unanimously. And then our second matter is to approve, nope, our second matter is, I'm gonna read the land acknowledgement. The city of Boulder acknowledges the city is on ancestral homelands and unceded territory of indigenous peoples who have traversed, lived in, and stewarded lands in the Boulder Valley since time immemorial. Those indigenous nations include the Apache, Arapaho, Cheyenne, Comanche, Pawnee, Shoshone, Sioux, and Ute. The city of Boulder recognizes that those now living and working on these ancestral lands have a responsibility to acknowledge and address the past and must work to build a more just future. So we'll move on to approval of the August meeting minutes from 2023.
Did we ever get an action item on that?
No, we talked about it at our last meeting with Matt. I don't have any updates yet. I'm still working on it. Okay. So I think you're still working on it. I still want to move that forward.
Okay.
And what we're talking about is just if we can come up with some more meeting call to action on the land acknowledgement, rather than just kind of sitting here and nodding and going, you've got a nice thought. Let's move on. So
is that it, land acknowledgement specific to our station, or is that a citywide thing?
Citywide.
Yeah. So we are working on that.
Okay.
All right, approval of the August meeting minutes. Anybody have a discussion or would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting.
Yeah, with one.
With one correction.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes with one correction. All in favor? Maria?
Oh, approved. Yeah.
Public participation.
So we do have, just one person signed up. Okay, floor is yours.
Please.
I'm Patrick here.
Yeah, please.
Well, I hope you all read my letter, and I hope that it brought some clarity, and I just wanted you to know that I wasn't trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I'm not trying to say I am black. You know, no one was trying to be dishonest, and I pretty much explained what I wanted to say in my letter, but I also want to say, after looking into becoming a black-owned business, we definitely are not going to go that route. It is arduous and expensive, and you have to renew every year, you know, and there's no benefit. I'm not even going to try to become a business, like, you know, certified through government. So, just but I know
We've been married for 20 years. When this opportunity came up and we discussed it, I suggested that I thought we were black. Something I didn't know that something I actually do that I was black. Because when I started a company in Silicon Valley, founder, all my founders. So I didn't realize you guys required documentation. I was here, I was what happened. I'm here.
been supporting our family 100% for the last 2 years. And we are 2/3 comprised of Black people. And like I said, I put it in parentheses, my husband and my daughter, you know, I wasn't trying to say that we have government certification. And as you saw, 2 weeks after I submitted the grant proposal to you guys, I went to a meeting right here in this room about certification and learned more about it. And that's where I learned about the 51% and all that stuff. And, you know, and as soon as I submitted the application, it was off my plate. I'm busy, I have other things, and it was just like, let's see what happens. And I didn't give it another thought, you know, and I forgot that I had even inserted that in the laundry list of what kind of business I am. And my aunt and my niece came to visit right after that. And then right after that, I was back here with you guys. And so like, I was shocked that, you know, I didn't even know what you were talking about. I had to go home and wait till the next day and watch the meeting. And then here's you all and them being like, you don't want her being the leader in this town. So, you know, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if I offended anyone or, you know, I apologize for that.
Did we say that we didn't want her as a leader in town? Did someone say that?
Oh, I've heard a whole bunch of people concurring. I was pretty sure. I
It
didn't watch
doesn't
it
sound
again a
like
second
something
time.
that anyone
I
on
just
this,
like cried and felt horrible for a while.
that doesn't
and
sound
thought,
like
"Oh my
anything that anyone in this group would ever say. I definitely understand that you may have heard that and that would hurt your feelings and it would hurt my feelings too. But, it never should have been written on the application, Black woman owned, because you are not a Black woman.
But I didn't say it like that, Black woman. I said woman, comma, you know.
The way that I saw it written was Black woman owned business. So,
I'll go back and look at that and review the meeting again. But anyway, and like I said, after that meeting that I had, that cleared it up in my mind, like, you know, as far as like bureaucratic stuff and how it's recognized. So, you know, I would never say that I was certified by the government or whatever it was. So I'm not dishonest and I can want to but
For clarity, this group requires that any organization that says they're platform has to be registered at the government every year. May I respond to that? Yeah.
Please.
But we don't have to on the discussion, I think, is more on evaluating the different applications that we receive and trying to understand who is being prioritized. And I want to make it very clear that it was never a decision to reject your application, and certainly not to impugn your honesty. Their discussion was very much about trying to sort through the facts in the application in order to sort them who's going to get funding according to the criteria. And so we're going to double check the application to make sure it doesn't say that anywhere, and that was never a requirement. The discussion, as I remember, was very much around what does it mean that this is a statement that was made in this. And so to answer your question directly, it is not a requirement, and there's actually right now no city government agency that have requirements about Black or women-owned businesses. That said, I really want to honor your feelings here. For my own part, but I think I speak for everyone, that we very much value not only that you applied, that you want to be in this community. And I really apologize if any time if you felt like you had to come to speak from it. I'm so glad you're here to speak.
well, Patrick was like, you have to go clear your name, you know,
Yeah,
because he
and-
encouraged me to put that on there.
Well,
And so, and you know, and like with women-owned business, there's self-certified women-owned business also. But like I said, still, all this regardless, after that meeting there, I wouldn't have like written that on as a thing. So.
and I don't want to diminish that you need to come here and say what you say. I'm very glad you're here. But I just want to say that the feeling you have, which is very real, that you need to come here to prove a fact, that's something that it's giving me chills. I don't want that to happen, okay? Is that we understand that you had the best of intentions in mind, and that's the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
You first.
okay. So I just want to let you know, when I was reading your application and I looked at your website is beautiful. I love that you have such diversity in the people that you're working with. And I think it's unfortunate that I don't know what the reason is that you would put that on your application, like if you were trying to make it a stronger grant or something, but it's like, I just gonna say like, you're enough. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be a Black woman to walk in here and qualify for the application. You can be yourself. What you're doing is good.
Yeah, I thank you. I mean, I know. But, you know, yeah, they make it stronger and be very, you know, why not? Why aren't you, you know? So anyway, it was a bad move and, you know, all the, you know, and the timing with the other meeting and everything, and I'm sorry it was bad.
I want to thank you also for coming in. Thank you very much. Thank you for sending the letter. If I said something that is on the recording that made you feel like I was judging that or saying you shouldn't be a leader in the community, I apologize. Not my intention ever to have that come across. So I'm, along with Matthew, I want to honor how that has sat with you for the last month. And I'm sorry for that, if I had a part in that. I do want to say that I love what you're doing. I love that it's a unique art form and that you're bringing it, and that your intention is to bring that to Boulder as a community, as a destination for artists and expertise. I love that. I'm a small business owner. I work with business owners all the time who have difficulty sort of parsing out, well, how it's treated on my taxes, and I'm paying my taxes with my husband, and like I'm a sole owned, and it's really kind of murky. We never really wrote it up. So I understand that mistakes get made and it's unclear as to like, who even owns my business? I don't know. We both get the money, we both pay the taxes on it. I understand. I at no point thought that it was an intentional to deceive. So
I think it was a misstep. It didn't factor into my voting, and it didn't devalue the work that you're doing at all. Like at no point did any of us, I think, think to see that person and we have to talk about them at all. Your work is very valuable. Yeah.
And I also, speaking to myself, never thought that there was an intention to deceive. And I would say that I don't recall someone saying that about you being a leader, but I would argue that it's too late because you already are a leader in the Boulder.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I think you're doing fascinating work. I'm glad you came back, and I'm sorry.
Please apply for grants again.
Well, thank you for this.
Thank you for yours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, I had one from last time, so there's nothing down there, so I'm just gonna like push the button.
Yeah.
But-
It's record.
That's on the record.
I'm really glad.
Yep.
All right, Lauren. What report?
So we have this evening, I'm just gonna, okay, so we have 2 reports this evening. We'll start with the catamounts. I have the reports and the follow-up report listed, and then what your options are, and then some motion language. So the first is the catamounts. I do want to note that you might have seen that they did not do part of the program, so they returned part of the funding, so that you'll only be voting to approve the report and not the final 20% payment. So this is just to say, yes, the program properly. And then we'll talk about the Boulder Ballet Adaptive Dance Program follow-up information that you receive after that. I would recommend that we start with the Catamounts first, just to go through that process. So your options are, per usual, approve all reports, approve the individual report, postpone approval until you have any questions answered. And actually those are the only two because there's not a 20%. So you can either approve it or you can ask some questions and I would have those answered for you.
I guess there is, you could approve it and ask questions.
Yes.
That's still not.
Oh, yes.
I'll make a motion to approve, and I have some comments to discuss during the discussion part.
Sure.
Go ahead, Maria.
Do you want me to?
Oh, we need, sorry,
say-
second first, and then we'll discuss it.
Hold second.
Thank you. Maria, you have discussion?
Yeah, I just have a couple things, you know, the ongoing, I think the importance to bring the arts to helping young people express themselves. I think this did a wonderful job doing this, and I was really impressed that they pivoted the program to address issues related to COVID. And I think that was a really hard time for a lot of young people in school and to help them express themselves. I think it struck me about, and maybe this is during the grants, wondering about the flexibility of including more of this type of programming in ELA standards, and what part the commission or the community might have in sort of infusing that into a broader conversation. So that was, that part's a lot to bite off, but just a question for all of you, perhaps.
Can you say the question again?
I think that if I'm recalling how I read it, these are my notes, that they talked about ELA standards, the English language arts standards, and how there were some challenges of integrating some of that work into the ELA standards. That's why they weren't able to work with the second school district or school.
Is that?
And so my question,
Oh,
did I switch them?
that was.
Perhaps I
feel
switched.
like maybe you switched them, possibly.
Did I switch it with the local theater?
I think so. Because
Okay.
local theater is the one that had to replace one of their venues.
Yes, I did switch them. Sorry, I was writing my
Okay.
notes quickly on,
Yeah.
but
no
yes.
problem.
You keeping your motion on the table, Maria?
Yes, yes. I'll bring up that second part on the the local theater then.
Excellent.
Sorry about that, everyone.
I have a question for the staff. And I'll start with a comment. I thought that this program was great. Even, you know, I loved how they pivoted, and I watched the video and I had some little earworms stuck in my head from those kids.
Yeah,
Their little songs. It was great. So the kids did a great job, and I love that it was, you know, let's write the production, produce it, you know, perform it, the whole thing. Really, really cool. So my question for the staff is the entire scholarship was for $3,000. The actual cost that I'm seeing on their budget is for $3,100. And I miss that they said that where's the disconnect on they don't need the additional 20%.
So they were only able to work with one school instead of two. So in the original application, they had
I see.
applied to work with two schools. And because of, I think this is 2021 that this application, or that this grant was awarded. Or even 2020, apologize, sorry, Amanda. And so they said it's been too challenging over these years to get back to partner with the other school. We'd like to just fully cut it off. And they actually have already we've already received the remaining, the overage, I think it's 600, right? 800.
Okay.
We've already received funds back for the second school.
I see. Okay. Thank you. That clears it up for me.
Okay, great.
Well, I like that. They got money, it didn't cost them as much as they thought, so they're returning the funds. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's great.
It is good. I think. Question mark to staff. All right, anybody else have additional comments? I don't see Maria up there anymore. Did we lose her?
Oh, yeah. She actually was.
Okay.
But we can assume a positive vote.
And we have a quorum without it. So let's just move forward with the vote.
She did say when she first started speaking that she wanted to approve it.
Yeah.
and we did.
And I'm speaking very slowly. I'm just gonna
I'm waiting for her to sign on, yeah.
Let's take a vote. Well, yeah, we have a quorum. Let's take a vote. Keep
And she took
moving forward.
she made the motion, right? So
Yes, she did.
Right.
Okay, so all in favor of Maria's motion? Passes.
When she comes back on,
Oh.
why don't you approve?
Okay.
Oh, she's back on.
Oh,
There
excellent.
we go. I'm promoting her now. Welcome back.
There she comes. Maria, you're on mute and we are taking a vote on your motion.
Approve.
Approved. Thank
I
you.
approve.
Passes
Sorry about that.
unanimously.
Multiple technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
All right. Should we skip over B or because we're expecting somebody to be here, right?
Representatives of Valley are on.
Oh, they are online. Okay.
Great. So we're back to the Boulder Ballet Adaptive Dance Program. This is a follow-up, secondary follow-up. We do have Claudia here, the executive director, and your options would be then approve reports, approve the report with questions, or postpone approval pending evening answers.
Sorry to interrupt, Georgia, I think we need to.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna vote, but I do want to hear what Claudia has.
Unfortunately, you'll have to log in from the other room to do that.
Okay.
Which I can help you do.
All right. Is it on Zoom?
Yeah. I'll forward you the Zoom link to your email. Oh, great.
Okay. So thank you for the reminder, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, so we did want to start the discussion with a reminder that you're talking specifically about this project grant and the report and not the other like overlapping kind of HR discussions that have been happening, right? It's specifically about the follow-up. If you have questions, we are able to, okay, so let me back up. You can approve it for us, final 20%. You can approve it with questions, or we can send questions. And since Claudia's here, I think we could take a minute since it's been 2 meetings now, and we could ask Claudia some questions too. Go ahead, Matt. Is there anything you want to add?
Yes. Thank you. No, I really appreciate the care and thoughtfulness that we put into this. I wanted to make sure that we point out that in the follow-up report, there are a couple of discrepancies. We've had some discussions internally about exactly what that means. We also shared that with the ballet and they gave us a response. So the 2 things that we noticed in the grant report that are important. The first is that those doors are the first is that in on the first page of their follow-up report, there's a budget and there's a line for teacher salary, and the actual reads 800. On the following page, there's documentation that says that teacher pay is 1,350. So that's a discrepancy that we noted. And I'm just going to directly read from, what the ballet said in answer, yeah.
Okay, so that was my question, directly noted to them.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna verbatim
ahead.
from the email. I'm
Got
just going to, exhibit 1 is our accounting for both lines 8 and 10. The $1,340 represents $540 at $20 per hour in admin and $800 in teaching at $40 an hour. The $40 overage in line 10 was paid by the ballet. Both these lines were processed through accounting and combined as adaptive dance personnel to reach $1,340.
I see.
The second point that we noticed was that on a subsequent page, there is a mention of a studio rental charge of $35 an hour. The document says that there were 20 classes. Our calculation shows that 20 classes, $35 an hour is $700. Their budget on page 1 says $800. And here is their response to that. This is an oversight error and should be $700. It's possible Jamie meant to include studio planning time for the grant, but as she is retired and I am taking this to the finish line, I will take responsibility for this being a math error. I truly apologize for the mistake. If you, here's where we stand as from a staff perspective is that we noticed the errors and got the responses after the packet went out. Okay. But our recommendation remains the same because we feel that based on the criteria of the grant, the questions that were asked last time, that that enough information has been received to indicate that the project was executed as it was stated in the application. You know, there are obviously problems in how this was represented and the conversation has drawn those out and we appreciate that very much. But our staff recommendation stays the same, that this be approved. Or I'll amend it a little bit that it also would be fine with us if it was approved with further questions if you still want information. So it is entirely your decision. The other two options are still in front of you, those being to reject the report or to postpone its approval until further question granted. Those are decisions you have to make. But I just want to make sure the framing is correct. We spent a lot of time digging into this. We've gotten a lot of information. It's up to you to decide if you're comfortable with the answers you received, if you have enough information to make your decision, but this decision should ultimately be based on, did they execute the project that was represented in the application? So that's
I have a process question for you, Matt. I know under Robert's rules, we're normally taking the motion and seconding that and then having discussion. Is it appropriate for us to do the discussion first to kind of, so we have a feeling of where we're at? Would that be okay? Okay, let's do that. So thank you for joining us. We have.
Well,
Oh, she's here.
yeah, she's here. She's in the attendees, not in the panel section.
Okay.
So you know, why don't we invite her in if you actually have questions? But you're welcome.
I have some questions.
Okay, great.
I'm moving.
Okay.
And I apologize for not listening. Claudia Hudiak is here.
Yeah,
Keep
no
her-
problem.
that's
Yeah.
very kind.
Okay, she's joining.
Great.
Just to be able to.
Claudia, thank you for being here. I see it switching over. Awesome.
Hello,
Thank you.
everyone. Hi.
I did have, thank you for explaining those little nuances because I did see those also. I had one other question, just if you can just help me understand, is the tuition scholarships line, the $5,000. I understand that that's essentially the fee that would have been paid by the students. And
Yes.
then what does that go to on your end? Did that go toward paying Georgia and marketing, or help me understand that piece?
So tuition expenses, it will go towards, keeping the lights on. It goes towards general operating costs for running the organization. In general, that's what tuition goes towards whenever we're collecting that.
Perfect, thank you. That's my question. Anybody else? Okay. Maria, any questions from you? Okay. Does anybody want to make a motion or?
Well, I just have a comment. I think most of this is just how the information was presented. So I personally, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, it would be how can, like, what can you do moving forward to make sure like this doesn't happen again? Because I think it's mostly just how it was presented and there were not being enough details or enough notes or enough note taking on what each thing was going to. So how can we like tweak that, whatever's being done now, how can we tweak that so that in the future this does not happen?
Thank you, Yaleid, for that. I appreciate that feedback. And I think that comes to me, Jamie Adams has been a employee of the organization for a very long time and has overseen the grants for a very long time. And through the transition with her retiring, I can do a better job having more oversight on how things are communicated. So I appreciate that.
Matt, I have a question for you, relating to a comment that you made earlier in the meeting about returning funds. I know that there's a surplus on what they spent here, and what is the staff recommendation to the commission on how we manage that?
Thank you. There's no mechanism in the grants program right now to require the return of unspent funds. So just formally in the process, I think the most that you could actually do is request. And if that request is denied, that's perfectly fine and we move on, right? So that's a form of process. I would say as a practice, I would be against making those types of requests. And that's for a couple of reasons. I think the main two are that, first of all, we shouldn't be punishing organizations for being frugal or for finding efficiencies, or like, there'll be situations where maybe they didn't quite get the attendance or things changed, and we need to, in the cultural plan, we are using this funding to support cultural organizations and their missions that support the community. And so if they can do that with the funds, the way that they do that shouldn't be scrutinized at quite that level, right? It's not a grant about great ways to represent that you spent every single dime in a grant.
Yeah.
That's tricky, right? The second part of this is that because the mission of this program, the project grants organizations, is part of the principles in the cultural plan about the sustainability of these organizations. We want to make sure that good practices and the ways in which people see their entire organization and the entire budget coming together, that's much more important to me as a priority. It is a wonderful idea for organizations that do have a surplus to explain that to the commission, to explain what they're going to do with the funding, and ideally to align that funding to the reason why they applied to this grant, right? So those types of things are good practices, but I wouldn't require them. I think that type of blanket rulemaking that you must do this if this happens puts the commission at more risk, because there's going to be situations where perhaps it's not a good idea and you want the flexibility to be able to, examine it and explain it. So there's other reasons as well, but I just want to say, like, the best way to execute a grant to get a good return is to definitely scrutinize that, ask applicants what they intend to do, but not bring it to the level of you must return the funding. I think that will just result in organizations being more reluctant to be honest, and organizations being tied down to the ways that they work with their budget.
Thank you, Matt. Any other questions? Comments? Marina, anything you want to add to the discussion? Questions for our guest? She's shaking her head.
No, thanks. No, thank you.
Okay. Great. Would somebody like to make a motion?
I will if I can see their language.
Yep.
I move that we approve the following information for the report from Boulder Ballet.
I'll second, unless someone else already did.
All in
Sorry about
favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you all. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
I'm gonna wait for George to get back. How's it going? I think, oh wait, we're waiting for.
Okay.
Everyone's.
Well, that person.
We'll, if you don't mind, we'll start the discussion.
Oh, sorry.
Meeting within a meeting within
As
a meeting.
amazing as
within
my
a
voice
meeting.
is.
We'll start the discussion. Thank you. We'll start the discussion about the local theater company program change. So you received their request, and I think Maria mentioned it already a little bit. You also received their original application to compare it. The options that you have for this change and I'll back up a little bit. The reason that we bring these change in program requests to you, if somebody asks for a date change or something that's not changing the nature or the substance of the grant, then we approve that in-house. We only bring these to you when it's a fairly substantial change in program. And this one I felt like was big enough because they're working with an entirely different group of people. So we brought it to you for your input and your insights and any comments that you have to give to them. There's not a representative here this evening unless they jump on. No. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to bring them back to local. But the options that you have are to approve the change, to not approve the change and return the request of the funds already received, or to postpone approval pending any answers to specific questions, which I'm happy to seek for you. So I'm gonna actually turn this off so we can all see each other pretty well, but let me know if you wanna see this again and I have questions.
I don't anticipate a huge amount of discussion about this, so I'll open it for motion. If anybody would like to make a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second?
Okay.
Discussion, any comments or?
I just want to commend them on like their dedication to doing this and like being resourceful and like making anything happen. I thought it was really inventive what they did and that they were like very steadfast in it. So I commend that.
I would second that. I thought at first, oh boy, you know, I always have the concern of like, who have they displaced out of the very difficult decision that granting cycle was. And then as I was looking through it, I realized that, you know, all of the criteria areas that we give points to are really covered in the same way by this. So it seems seamless to me that removed any questions I had about like, oh my God, we're gonna mess up the weight of the applications. And so I also I'm glad they were able to find a solution that really fit the spirit of what the application originally was.
I also appreciate the plan to move forward with a housing. Yeah.
Maybe I can add my comment now since
Yeah.
I tried to do it at the right time. I think that their program is going to be wonderful, and I think it's very thoughtful. And I think what struck me was that the ELL district sanction plan didn't allow their programming, and I don't think this is necessarily the role of the commission, but I just wonder if there's a way to help the arts community to have advocacy on district sanctioned plans to integrate the arts. Because I think this is really key for kids and their mental health and their development and their love of the arts. So I think it's kind of a big open question to all of you. You know, what is there something that we all can do probably outside of this commission? That's what struck me.
You're volunteering to chair a committee.
I think that sounds like overhauling educational plans. Oh. Certainly,
like
yeah, if there is a place for us to do that, I would be happy to spearhead that, but maybe we can just kick it around and see if this is even the appropriate place to take on that type of initiative. So anyhow,
Discussion of the retreat. As far as the intention.
I think that's valid. So Lauren will put that into the retreat somewhere, the agenda. Who's writing that agenda? Yeah.
Right, and I think, well, yeah, Matt, but also local will have some insights and whoever their contacts were.
Yeah.
At the previous school, Columbine School, will have some insights. That's a good place
I
to
think
start.
for the retreat, we can reach out and
Mhm.
get a little bit of data to bring them.
And I'm sure they'll watch this, so I'll send it to them.
All right. Any other discussion? All in favor then? Great.
Thank you. for them.
Grant cycle blueprint.
Going. So for the last part of my section this evening, we sent you, well, I'm gonna say it's 28 documents, give or take, however many pages that is, so.
My brain remembers.
Thank you so much in advance for reviewing those. Yes. We greatly appreciate it, and you see now what we're building out for the community next year, which is very exciting. So really the question is, if you have any questions, concerns, edits, comments, additions, and just for perspective, the next and final step is that we will build those in if you all agree that they're appropriate, and then you'll be voting on this at the October retreat. It's sort of a rite of passage for you as you go into the upcoming year. So I'm also gonna turn this off so we can see Maria better. Get my notes out.
I have notes.
Good.
Anybody else have?
So I just
I
want
have some notes too.
If I may just real quick before you start the discussion, the rules are, according to the ordinance that forms the grants, that the Arts Commission advises staff on the administration of the grants. So we're seeking your advice, but it is your responsibility to decide how the money is spent. And so there's sort of two parts to this question. One of them is the whole package, like what questions you have, what refinement can you advise us on? But then when it comes to the budget page, that's something that at the October retreat, we're going to ask for an approval on. So it's just a little bit of heightened scrutiny that I would include.
Great. And we have a separate section on the budget update that you'll be taking us into.
Different entirely.
Different entirely. Okay, sorry about that. Cool. Well, my comments have to do with integrating some of the questions that I find myself asking or asked a lot, and ways that we can sort of pull that out through the languaging here. So as suggestions, if the rest of the commissioners feel that it's warranted, to the staff. So the first comment I had is on under the cultural equity description of what the commission will be looking for, and describe how this is going to affect cultural equity in Boulder, and then we're going to rate it. There is a component. There are two components that are pulled out in that paragraph, which are the makeup of the organization, like the leadership of the organization, and then also the audience makeup. Who are you marketing to? And I find myself looking for information on who, in addition to those two, is the project leadership and who are the project attendees, and whether there's diversity and equity expressed in the way that you're marketing that. So the example would be if you're a theater organization and you're creating a school project where the kids are gonna make songs and make a video and put it on YouTube, is your organization have cultural equity? How about the teachers? How about the students? And then how about the people who are coming to see that play? All four of those. Any thoughts on that from the other commissioners?
Carolyn, can you tell us what page you're looking at when you're?
No. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was looking at the description of the rubric, and I think it's in the section that has here's what our definition of these different numeric values is, and then above for each section, there's a paragraph pull out of the question that we
I
asked.
think it's in the rubric for the project grants, project and arts education. Yeah.
Mhm. Nodding approval on them adding that, or discussion, or thumbs up over
Thumbs up,
here,
sorry,
okay. Hearing no objection.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, I think.
I think that makes sense too.
Value, yes.
It would be page 41 is one of the examples of that for the, we need project grant, page 41. Packet page. 41. Thank you, and I got that.
Yep, excellent. The second piece that I find myself asking applicants for is on the analysis, like the data analysis. And I would love to see it asked a little bit more pointedly for qualitative and how are you going to measure qualitative and quantitative? Is he nodding? Maria, I'm sorry, I don't have page numbers that bit me in the.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to read the language to catch up. So sorry about that. But what you said makes sense. I sometimes like to read the original, but
Yeah,
that
I
makes
understand.
There's an example on page 43. If that is helpful. Is that helpful to give you the packet page?
either one's great. Thank you.
Oh, here.
Great.
Oh, I could pull up.
And Maria, then when you are done taking a look at that, why don't you hit us up with some of your suggestions while I find a page number for my next comment.
Okay. On the sheets in the packets, page 34 on the information sessions. I think it's page number, it may not be the page number at the bottom. Hang on. Now I've probably confused myself. It's about the information sessions. Yeah, here we go. Obviously this is in the bucket that Matt said is about administrating the grants. But I have a couple of recommendations on information sessions. I wonder if there could be a little bit more DEI training. I've heard that from my organization that I'm liaisons with, that I think there's just an ongoing need to continue some training. And I think the conversations that we've had in this commission, even today, I think we could use a little more training. And then I'm also wondering, in that training, is it give people an opportunity to network, organization and individuals that might help their programs become more diverse. And then the second on the information is about the grant writing fund. Is there an opportunity to, again, host some type of forum that connects for first-time grant applicants with their resources, folks that are writers or, I just think if there's ways that the city can help be a conduit for connecting people.
Can I actually give you a little background on at least one of those?
Great.
The info sessions, we have one on Zoom that we record, so people can watch it afterwards, and they do watch it afterwards. And then another in person. We also have a session that's not listed on here that I do annually, which is in December, which is a grant roundup. So I get my 7 closest grant funders in this area. So, the Community Foundation, CCI, state. So anybody that's funding in this area, Boulder County Arts Alliance, state, county, local funders. And they each have about 10 minutes or 5 minutes to present. And usually we have last year, like 70 people at that. And that is an annual event now, and people will plan to come to it. So they get a rundown of all of the funding that we have in the upcoming year. We talk about our grants and other city opportunities, and that is like a really good networking opportunity. I think I will plan it, usually it's at the library, but I think we'll plan it someplace cooler, so it's a little bit more like hang out afterwards. Sorry, library. But, I think that one is the big info session, and I totally agree on all of your points. We're working on a good DEI training also. And certainly for the grant writing fund, I'm looking for more grant writers if there's anybody watching this, because last year both years that we've offered that fund, it's been gone completely by February because it's very popular. But the grant writers have told me, you have maxed me out, please stop sending me the people that we know of. So I'm looking for new grant writers. I have just one at this point. So if you know professional grant writers or have recommendations, I'll reach out to them and ask if they would like to be connected to people that are interested or put on our list of recommended. If anybody's watching, please help me. Thank you, Maria.
Do you have any other ones, Maria?
I do. Do you want to hop back to you?
Keep going.
Okay.
Either way.
I wanted to, as a group, just look at the Boulder focus, and we spend so much time splitting hairs over the Boulder focus, and just see if we're comfortable of how this is being, we as a group or commission, comfortable being how this is being written, so that we don't struggle when the grants come in. Because it feels like every round we struggle about the Boulder focus. I like how it's been rewritten, but I thought it would be a good for everyone to check in and make sure that they're aligned with how it's been updated.
Hold on, I'm going to share.
Page 41.
See that? Yes. Okay. Sorry. You have a new app on the website. Okay, great. So a reminder that for this one, now you have 6 points instead of 4 or 8.
I really liked how this was broken down. It made a lot of sense to me.
I don't have it.
On screen.
Do you want me to say it?
But it's not in the document.
It's
Oh,
on.
it's in the packet.
Okay.
It's in the meeting packet. You give them that.
Sorry.
I like too how it's written. I just like, again, since we spent the last 2 years kind of going back and forth about this issue, I thought it would be good to talk about it now if we needed to, but I think it makes a lot of sense the way you've written it.
Okay, on the same sort of vein, like we've been talking about it and I wanted to do a check-in, it's on page 80. And that's on the Leadership Pipeline Scholarship. And so I just wanted to did I want to have a conversation about that? No, I had a question that got answered. Never mind. I'm going to pass on that.
I have a question. I have a question. I have a question on page 80, since we're there, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I struggled with our interview process, and it seemed, and granted, I know I'm virtual, so I apologize to all you for that, but it seemed awkward. And I wonder if we could retool that interview a little bit to do the folks individually and put a time limit on their interviews. So, whatever, 10 minutes. It's individual, and perhaps it's not live, but it could be posted on the posted later as a part of the public records. I just thought the interview was awkward.
I agree. Do you mind if I?
Please.
Okay. The challenge that we have is that the meeting's public, so we can't turn anyone away. So we can't have a time where we say, it's your time to interview and now you must leave. Other than that, we have flexibility. So I think that the two ways that we've discussed possibly solving this problem is, as you say, we can have a time period where you interview one person. We can't ask them to leave. We could ask them to leave the chair and go to the audience, but they would be able to listen to all the interviews and the discussion about their application. That we can control. Another way to do it is to do the interviews separately. Have everyone watch the videos and then discuss at the meetings. Again, they would be able to attend and listen to all that, but it would be, instead of the interviews happening, it would happen separately. that would imply somebody has to conduct those interviews in between meetings, and then,
And we did
Yeah,
have
that's the
follow-up
time.
questions.
Yeah.
Which makes that difficult to manage.
right, so it creates some challenge, solves one problem, creates others, but it's certainly something that we can do if there's a way that everyone works.
I agree that it was awkward and I feel some tension around what would have happened if we had everybody in the room and sat and just focused on one person. Because we have to have the same questions with what the advice was from the city, so that it's even-handed. So to allow the fourth person to sit here for 40 hours and know exactly what the questions are, know exactly how everybody else answered, it is a little bit unfair to me.
Yeah, I was thinking, even if they're sitting there, whoever's fourth is just sitting there and hearing the answer.
Yeah. It's an unfair advantage the later you are in the process, in my mind. And so what we tried to do was start with different people for each question, so everybody had equal time in the hot seat, and then relaxing and listening to what others present.
I suppose you don't have to have interviews, it could be like every other grant, that you have an application, you ask questions
Have
about it,
some
they
questions,
respond.
have a period for follow-up questions. I like that.
Do it.
Do like the, oh, sorry, no, I'm just thinking, so you would do like the same kind of week-long response? Would you want to build out a scoring system for it? We would need to build out some kind of scoring system for it. That would be the one, which is fine.
Would we have to though?
Well,
Why couldn't we just have the same kind of discussion we had?
Oh, I see. And
You
then you
could-
have the discussion in person.
right, yeah, you could receive an application, there's no scoring system.
Uh-huh.
Everyone submits questions to Lauren,
Mhm.
those questions get answered, you read them, and then you come here and discuss it as you did. Yeah, I think that works.
Does that run us, if everybody's asking individual questions, does that run afoul of
Yeah,
the,
the-
everybody has to ask the same?
I don't
ask
think
the same questions?
you I wouldn't be as worried about that if you have clear criteria. That's where it comes in. Maybe you don't have scoring. But what we don't have now is the application says, here's the purpose, come talk to us about that. Instead, it would say, here's the purpose and here's how we're going to evaluate that. It doesn't have to have a score, but it says, this is the criteria. And then everyone is measured against the same criteria. I think that's another way of getting at the application.
Was there a thought process behind why we chose interviews for this particular grant? And why we did this one differently?
Yes, because that's how we've always done it.
Yeah.
That's not a good reason. Okay.
But also
Yeah.
beyond that.
Yes.
We also wanted, as these would be arts administrators in Boulder, we wanted to be sure that you're meeting them and talking to them and getting to know them, because hopefully eventually they'll be sitting in your seats, right? So it's a bit more, in the past, it worked to be a bit more informal and more kind of like joining the arts administrative world, right? Yeah.
And I mean, I think different people's personalities would respond differently. Like some people might find it a real disadvantage just to there for the other three interviews. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like me and their
Yeah.
anxiety decides. They're other people thinking, you know. So I don't know how to completely level the playing field.
I like the suggestion,
Yeah.
like that addresses what my concerns would have been.
The suggestion of
The
the,
suggestion of having the questions and feedback and then
Mhm.
discussing everything.
what do you think? Okay.
Maria, does that?
So can you please repeat the kind of you have questions? Are we in, sorry, I missed the beginning part. We're going to interview separately or together?
I think the proposal that's on the table is no interview. They submit a grant application in which their criteria articulated. You read it, submit questions in writing that Lauren processes, sends to them. They submit responses in writing. Then you come to the meeting and discuss who best fits the criteria.
Great. So it's more in alignment with the other grants, with the exception that we have a public discussion about
Yeah.
okay,
Um,
yeah. I think that-
I think everyone should be aware, like the challenge there is that, you know, you're not getting to talk to, you know, like you said, Lauren, you're not getting to talk to a person and have them respond. And, you know, a lot of scholarships are about, more than an answer to a question, so you lose something. Or, you know.
I think that's a good approach for, I mean, we can retool it, right? We can try it again next year and retool it again.
Great.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yes, so we'll bring you criteria next time and I'll rework the schedule then also. Thank you. Great, thank you.
Did you have more, Maria?
I have two more. Sorry, I feel like
I
I'm
have one
hogging.
more, yeah.
Do you want to go ahead? You go first, Carolyn.
Sure, mine's on 113. And it's about the report for the GOS. And my suggestion is that we add a question about the actual impact that they feel that they had on the cultural equity goals. Just nodding.
So to this, in the
Correct.
one page.
Yeah,
sign.
yeah.
Excellent. That'd be great.
Go ahead, Maria.
Back to the rubric on the encouragement points. I'll be honest, I always struggle with how to score those encouragement points. And just wanted to have a discussion if you all struggle as well, and do we need to clarify that? If it's just me, then I'll work on myself. But so that's on page 42 is what I wrote down.
I've always taken that under advisement of staff as a very subjective measure that accommodates for there's something really juicy about this, and I can't give them points in another category, but I really feel like there's something that deserves a little bit more attention here, to give people some extra points there.
So appreciating that somebody's writing and it's in a form of someone else's, if they're not in the.
Yeah.
Or the other thing we intended with this is maybe they're a first time applicant and we want to sort of give them a boost.
Yeah. I look at, just in terms of process, Maria, and how I do it is I literally just look at the list of 6 criteria of examples, and kind of feel into whether those tickle anything that I've been reading in the application that I haven't already sort of weighed into the other criteria. And,
Okay.
and noting that those are just examples, but like I read through those, I'm like, okay, is there anything about this that's like leaning toward this?
Okay, agreed,
Subject
agreed.
matter.
And that's what I do, but it feels very subjective, more so than the other portions of the scoring. So if you all are comfortable with how it's written,
It
that's-
is intentionally subjective. And
Yeah.
so that may be more of a conversation of principles, but it's that moment, like you're saying, Caroline, to say that deserves an extra boost. So it's hard to set specific criteria. The only thing I can say that is maybe the other thing that's different about this is that we don't ask the applicant to address it, right? Or am I wrong about that? We used to
They
not.
could, they can.
Okay, well, never mind. I withdraw that.
Oh, it used to be a check mark. It began as if you were not awarded a larger grant by
Right.
the commission, then it was a way to support organizations that weren't getting a lot of funding from the Arts Commission or had never written a grant before, and then it expanded to be more subjective.
But now there's a text box.
Now there's a text
Okay,
box.
I apologize. I mixed that up.
You didn't read all 100 pages.
Thank you.
And I'm done with my comments, Maria, if you had another one.
I think, and then my last one is, I just have an ongoing concern about the success of the arts education grants. I feel like these are so vitally important, and I just feel like we're either not getting enough folks submitting for whatever reason, because of COVID, or they're unable to finish their grants. And I'm just wondering if there's anything we can do to retool that grant to make it more successful, to have more arts going to out to kids.
I think.
And it's
that
open.
Yeah, that it is the most challenging, it has been the most challenging to catch up with for organizations and artists because they're working in schools. This last year has been the most successful year of organizations finally reconnecting, getting back into schools and doing work. We have never received an enormous amount of applications in this category, I think because it's very particular. The question about how does this address curriculum in a school with youth, right, is very particular. So the most we've ever received for applications is 16, 17 in the last 6 years. So I think I would ask that maybe we look at one more year now that things are carrying on better as far as schools getting back in session. I do, and I think this is maybe a repeat question or a longer question. I do think that $2,000 is not enough, but that is just a personal feedback that we would want to get some more community and applicant feedback. And also the application is slightly longer for the arts education grant for less money. I'm not sure how to, because we need all of those questions answered, but I think it's something that's a bigger discussion that this isn't the right time for it. I want to get some more like input from the people that are actually getting the grant. Yeah, that's my take.
So are you suggesting, Lauren, that at our retreat, we could entertain the notion of, as an example, saying we're going to give 5 grants for $6,000?
I think that would be really challenging for the upcoming year because we have to approve the grant program at the retreat. So I think it would be really tough to adjust it that quickly, but that is your.
I agree. I think not only for this, but for all these, we would love to get the last comments to make the last changes
Yeah.
so that you are ready to approve at the retreat.
Mhm.
So we can certainly work on it next month, but we want to be close enough to be able to reach your target in that time. And I think we need to do a lot more research in order to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Maria, I'm gonna agree with Lauren that, if we could, maybe make a few tweaks admittedly, but try and keep this the way it is now and spend the next year taking a look at the details, talking to some classroom teachers, talking to people who've applied before and see what we can do to make some changes for the following cycle. I think that's the best bet.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
I want to point out something that's important, especially given the conversation we had earlier tonight, that the conversation about the ballet's report exposed their vulnerability. And the ballet was that most generous sloppy in what they gave to us. And when we received information like that, Lauren's job when receiving an application is to make sure it meets the criteria. Your job is to evaluate it against those criteria. I'm sorry, make sure it meets the guidelines. Your job is to evaluate against criteria. The thing I missed is the math and making sure everything is consistent. And I don't know the answer to that question yet, but it's something we need to explore, and we're going to do that and make sure that we have a mechanism to figure this stuff out ahead of time, because we don't want to put you in that position if we can avoid it. So the one thing we did do already, and is a minor but first step, is add a very simple line you may have missed, which is that if we notify people in the application that when they submit a budget or anything else, they should retain documentation because we may be asking for proof of what they say. That's not a process by which we can solve the problem, but it points the right direction. So we're gonna have more to talk about that later as we figure out exactly what that looks like. But I just want to point out, it's like, that was a struggle that you shouldn't have to go through over, if it was limited to, if we're generous in saying it was limited to sloppy grant application writing, then that's unfortunate that we have to deal with that. So I think it's important that we take that seriously.
Yeah, there's a lot still stewing around in my head about all that stuff.
Well, I think it's part of my understanding that the funds that we raise are to give to artists so that they can afford to live in Boulder, right? Because we know the impact that having artists living in our city does. So I'm curious, when an organization writes a grant for $10,000 and then pays an artist what they claim to be $1,300, which is actually less, does that seem like our money is, and then they use the rest of the money to keep the lights on? You know, is that really in alignment with what, you know, the goal of keeping artists in town?
I mean, that kind of piggybacks with, I don't know, the reason I'm stewing around it is because I don't know how to frame the big concern that I have about that is that half of that grant got reconstituted into GOS.
Right, and it's not a GOS.
And we don't have a mechanism to be like, wait a minute, time out. Like they did the program, yeah. But that leaves a really bad taste.
Well, in the fees grant that we're talking about, arts and education, that they're $3,000 grants that, you know, 100% of that money is going to paying the teachers to be in there and working with a large group of children, so it's having a bigger impact.
What if, sorry, we were to put a statement in the project grants, arts education and community projects, that, I don't know if it asks a question or says, what is your plan to pay artists a sustainable wage? And here's a link to the sustainable wage in Boulder, and here's a link to the Artist Fair Wage Project or Artist Fair Wage Organization, I forget what they're called.
I mean, there's like, I love that, and the disconnect that's happening for me is the difference between what an organization says in their application, in good faith, I mean, you know, and then what ends up coming out on the other end. That there was a program, but like questions and concerns, and I don't know where it's our role to react to that.
Well, and related to what we talked about, extra funds and not asking for extra funds back. Are people gonna write and inflate what they need for a project, knowing that if there's leftovers, then they can use it to keep the lights on?
I mean, I didn't read the application for this grant, but how can I say that? To your point, if I were to read a grant that was to teach one dance class and they were asking for $10,000, I could easily say, I know that it does not cost $10,000 to offer one dance. Or one dance program that is, you know, total up to 20. It doesn't cost $10,000 to do 20 dance classes, because if it did, I bet we'd have a lot more dance instructors.
Okay, I think these are two sort of overlapping issues. I'm going to talk it back if I can't get it clear. So there's the issue of, maybe it's three. There's the issue of using project grant funds for operating support issues. There's the issue of unspent funds and what happens with that. And then it's the issue of artists making fair wages, which I agree with you is an issue that's in the cultural plan. We need to deal with it. I don't think it's the only thing the grants are about, but it should be primary among them, right? And, as I'm hearing myself speaking, I'm hearing some pushback from organizations saying it's hard enough to make these things go
Yeah.
without
Mm-hmm.
a, quote unquote minimum wage, the old argument, which I don't believe, but I don't doubt it's very difficult to run a nonprofit. And so I'm trying to think if there are ways, more.
So, we've done this before with very, very small, the Boulder Arts Week grants. I was trying to think about
Right.
what that we recommended, and they're for $500 and they're very minimal. But there is a practice in the grant world that if you're an artist applying for a grant, you can say, okay, up to 20%, up to 30% can go towards paying yourself an artist, right? And as a recommendation, right? So, hey, in your budget, put a percentage to pay yourself, and we could expand it into an organizational level that says we recommend that you only use 10% of this grant or 20% of this grant towards your operating expenses, paying yourself. Because I worked at a museum for 7 years, and it is very challenging to be getting project grants with no operating support, right? Which is a bigger discussion. But I do think you do need a lifetime, right? You have to pay the person who's writing the grant. And I think that it's worth recommending, if anything, that we say we recommend that you only use 10%, 20%, 30% of your project grant application towards general operating support, some kind of firm information. And I can look into what a good practice, like a best practice of that is, if you're interested. And certainly not looking at budgets, not going that deeply into it, but to look at, I know that that is a best practice, like organizations are going to do that. My other concern for the other pieces, if we start saying, we're looking intimately at your unspent funds, they're not going to be honest with us when they give reports, right? Like that's
Well,
just,
why wouldn't they be?
because if they're saying, because if you're gonna ask for the funds back, if there is a kickback, we're not gonna give money to them again next year because they didn't spend all the funds, then they're going to, like, organizations are just not gonna be honest with us. We can't, we have 130 like 130 grantees, right? I think it's more important to know what is really happening with our grantees than to say, we're gonna start penalizing you for, like, what you're doing to be fiscally responsible or what you need to support your organization, right? So better on the front end to say, this is the best practice. This is a recommendation that if you are getting a project grant, 10% of that is to your operating fund of the thing.
You're very smart. So what if, at least for a year, in order to like inch our way towards some better practices, we have on the application and on, maybe not in the grant agreement, but on our response when they get a grant, saying you're going to have to write a report. When we send those out, we say the best way to use this money. Here's our recommendations on the best way to use this. This is project money. 20 to 30% should be spent on things, administrative costs like, staff time that are not teachers or artists, marketing, or, we could do a little list. Second recommendation is you pay teachers and artists a sustainable wage. Here's a link to what that means. And then the third thing is we recommend that you carefully consider if you have any unspent funds, that money, you either return that money to the commission or preferably talk to the commission about a use of that money that's in alignment with the application and the criteria, so that their intent for this money is continued. And that'll be reviewed at the report, something like that, just to start to get these issues out there. I'd say if you're interested in that, one thing I'd like to do before October is bounce that off of a couple of our more sophisticated grant writers that we run across and just see if there's anything I'm not visualizing.
I'm interested in that, yeah.
Any objections to that? We can give that a go.
The only thing I'm wondering, and I appreciate putting it like for the report, but a little bit of upfront that's the percentages so that they can write the grant with that in mind.
Yeah. Oh, it would certainly be like,
In the,
in this grant text, right? And then a gentle reminder with all my other reminders when they get, it wouldn't go in the formal agreement. The agreement is like with the city.
Right.
And so that it wouldn't be a part of that, like an email reminder.
I also just want to clarify what I said before, that I was not intending to provide that any of our grantees were going to.
No,
Right, no.
no.
Anything else? With staff? You have our suggestions.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. These are excellent. It's only going to improve our program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for going through all this.
Great.
detail.
All right, the next matter, and just noting that it's 7:24, so I'm gonna try and take less than 10 minutes on this. At the July City Council meeting, one of the council members wrote this amazing, email.
They read it, they didn't write.
Did I say they read it? They wrote it?
They wrote.
They read it. And it was written by NAACP Boulder County. And I thought it was really eloquent, and so I suggested that we read it here. So I'm just gonna read. Greetings, NAACP Boulder County response to the 15.15 sales tax ballot question. Arts and culture events and programming benefit Boulder in a myriad of ways. It is one of the most visible ways Boulder projects its image and values to the larger community, the state, and the nation. In areas of housing, policing, and homelessness, the city's racial equity tool appears as an afterthought or is avoided altogether. The Boulder's Office of Arts and Culture has done more to support racial equity than any other city department to date. The arts community has shown that the arts bring in revenue, mostly by attracting tourists and patrons from outside and within Boulder, who spend money on adjacent restaurant and retail sales. When a city embraces cultural awareness and art, the result is revenue, vibrancy, and prestige. Artists play a valuable and irreplaceable role in society. Societies throughout history recognize this. Art, like love, while seemingly intangible, has profound impact on politics, education, equity, and community awareness. The impact of artists in times of social upheaval, not to mention the universally recognized healing which creativity and artistry bring to a community, is beyond measure. Artists in America are used to being undervalued. Artists in Boulder are used to being undervalued. Neighboring cities' efforts, such as Longmount's outstanding auditorium with community and cultural programming, put Boulder's efforts and venues in perspective. While NAACP Boulder County could easily support 100% of the tax going to the arts, particularly in light of racial equity efforts, NAACP BC would, in the spirit of collaboration, support a 50-50 split of the tax. With 50% unequivocally supporting arts and culture and 50% toward homeless support and affordable housing. Public safety has the largest budget in the city. Consequently, it is hard to justify taking money from an arts and culture tax and allocating it to the city's police budget. The issue of homelessness is nationwide and requires a much greater outlay of funds than will ever be generated from this tax. In the spirit of collaboration, however, if a 50-50 split is the option, those funds should be used to support alternative efforts for homeless support services other than incarceration. Those who are unclear about the intrinsic value of artists in society are advised to study history more thoroughly. The arts speak a universal language, reaching across ethnic, religious, and economic divisions. The arts allow for nonviolent cultural shifts. The 4,000 signatures bringing this ballot forward represent voters who understand the value of unapologetically supporting the arts in Boulder, recognizing the dramatic and positive difference such support could and would bring. And that is from the Vice President of NAACP Boulder County, Jude Landsman. So I thought that was great. I'm going to hold on to a copy of it because it's nice to know that somebody sees the work we're doing. I'm heartened to hear that the NAACP thinks we're doing a good job in equity. I'm sad to hear that we're doing the best job in a way, you know? But yeah.
As a point of clarity, I want to acknowledge the great work that so many other departments of the city of Boulder
Thank
do.
you.
And while that might be the perspective of the NAACP, I want to make sure that we recognize the work that might be going unnoticed
by, services and the police department and the work that they've been doing to shift gears in a really challenging time. Of course, I do so love and value the team here at Community Vitality and hopefully obviously that's our larger picture and glad we're getting some well-deserved recognition that we can that we able to also represent the growth of that.
Thank you so much for that. I didn't want to imagine that we were just floating alone in an island. Cool. All right, moving on.
Thank you for reading that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Matt.
Thank you. While you're thinking about questions about the manager's memo and the staff updates, and I guess sort of in response to what the discussion just was, that I'm also glad that we're getting some recognition, glad that we're part of a city that values this, and glad we're in an environment in our internal workplace culture that it's clear that the work doesn't have a goal, that it's about continuing to pursue justice in a lot of different ways, and have that ripple out to the community, right? And so with that in mind, Lauren and I have been hearing a lot of feedback from different organizations about the specific EDI challenges that they face in their workforce. You've heard about some of that here. And we are trying to come up with the best ways to be supportive and help advance that work. But we also noticed that not only our grant making, but grant making generally tends to address the equity component of the arts in terms of audience and leadership, and the workforce is left out of that equation a lot of the time. And so we thought we wanted to move on that. So Lauren's been working with the Equity Project to line up a workshop probably later this year for our top arts employers, hopefully for-profit, nonprofit. We're going to send the invitation out to everyone who has a significant workforce to do a multiple-day workshop in specifically the equity component of equity and diversity component of HR recruitment and retention and workplace culture. And we'll bring people together probably in this room and have them go through some benchmarking and some working through some of their personal issues, or not personal, their professional issues in those matters. And then hopefully that will also include some one-on-one consulting and auditing that will go on after that with some of our, especially with some of our nonprofits. So that's something that we'll talk about more as it comes closer, but it's something that we think might really be able to actually move the needle, or at least get us started out in that really unique singular place of workforce. So that's coming up. We'll let you know how it goes and when you might be able to attend too. So are there any other questions about the manager's memo that I can answer? So let's talk about the October retreat. So thank you for answering the question about dates. It looks like our best bet is going to be November 3rd. What day of the week is that? Is that Friday? Saturday? Friday, thank you. Getting turned around. The time is a little bit more of a question because Caroline has a really important thing going on today.
Next day.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about the time, but you know what, I'm thinking now more it's a morning thing, so maybe 9 to 1, 9 to 2 in that realm on Friday the 3rd of November. Are there any like open objections to us setting that? That's Friday, the 3rd.
Sure.
Rita, you good with that? All right. Good. Okay, so we're gonna lock that in and send you out a note about that. Still kind of working on a location, but we'll get you a note about that. I think we have something really exciting lined up. And the agenda, we'll send out a draft of that as soon as possible so that we can refine that, and Jordan and Caroline can meet to make sure that's locked in too. Thank you very much. The 2024 citywide budget is the next agenda item. So I sent out the full citywide budget and a link to our division budget. encourage you to take a look at that tool. It's easy to use. You can go through and sort things in different ways. And so if you have any questions about it, you can definitely let Chris and I know. The important thing to know is that the 2 dates coming up for public hearings are going to be October 5th for the first public hearing and October 12th. There's always an option for a 3rd public hearing. You know, there's a lot of people working very hard to trim that up, make sure that doesn't happen. We'll see. But the budget that you'll see and that has been already presented to council and discussed in the study session is going to come up in those public hearings for the arts is pretty much flat. There is a minor increase for inflation adjustments. And if you look at the tool, it looks like there is a dip of 300,000, but that is actually because the Experiments in Public Art program was one-time funding. And so we're going to be looking into bridging that over 2 years. Things will still be happening, but that's why that looks like that is actually, that's the only change. Everything else is flat. So Chris, do you have anything to add about the budget?
Not really. I'd say that maybe in the future, since we do meet on the cadence, there might be a good opportunity with this new budget tool to kind of present the overall budget for community vitality. We do this for all of our other commissions. They have part of their ordinance responsibilities are to approve the GID budgets. Of course, a year from now, we might be talking about a whole new reality dedicated funding for the arts, and so that might be a little bit synergy. So, but please do, preference certainly is to help the lives of our friends in the finance department who are trying to get the budget, the entire citywide budget across the finish line. If there are any questions that you all have or clarification that you need, we would be very happy to help answer those questions so that we aren't necessarily having a lot of folks show up at council. Not that we don't appreciate the continued desire for more dollars for arts. We are also looking at the target out the gate when it comes to for 2024 and then
Matt?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I haven't looked at the budget, so, and I hope this isn't an awkward question. Does that inflation increase include adjustments for all of you staff members? Because I think the commission would advocate that you all stay in pace with inflation and cost of living and yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, that's a operational budget.
Okay.
Increase, but there is funding in the citywide budget for increasement for all staff. I'm not quite sure the level or anything of that. I think is a decision that happens later, but yes, there are increases.
So the city does not employ standard across the board cost of living increases, but there is a general budget increase to account for merit increases that are intended to be our tool to make sure that folks are being compensated appropriately for the great work that they do. So yes, there is an increase in the personnel budget for 2024. That increase will be realized through the general merit increase cost.
And I think hopefully I speak on behalf of all the commissioners. If there's a way we can help advocate that you continue to keep pace with the equitable pay scale for arts in the community, we would love to do that. So let us know, I guess. Sorry, I'm speaking for everyone because I assume everyone agrees.
Thank you. Okay, last part of my part of the agenda is just to check in on the November, December meetings and it'll be.
Okay, I'll take it away. This agenda item focuses on the meetings that are scheduled for this November and December. So we know that Boulder Arts Commission, we meet on the 4th Wednesday of every month. So with this meeting cadence, the November meeting is scheduled to be held on the 22nd of November, and the December meeting is on December 27th. So first looking at the November 22nd meeting, that's scheduled during Thanksgiving week.
So past practice has been, the commission voted to reschedule the November meeting a week later, which would be November 29th, so that's an option. And then regarding the December 27th meeting, that's the tricky time with the holidays. The commission has opted in the past to either cancel the meeting, that's been done, voted on in previous years. Another option would be to reschedule the meeting for the next month.
Did we have a shorter meeting in December this year for like kind of really pressing matters?
My recollection, I'll have to go back and check this, is that we tentatively scheduled a short meeting if there was any reports. And then there weren't, or there was one, but they were fine postponing, and so we ended up.
Right, because the concern was we didn't want people to have to wait for 2 months to get.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I liked that approach. Anybody had a? concern with that?
So I don't have a slide for you, but we can either do a motion to move the November meeting right now, or we can take that up in October.
Here's one of my concerns is Jeffrey and his availability, because he's having a difficult time making the meetings. So I don't know if that might be something you guys can check in with him also, just even if he's not at, for the next meeting. Yeah, if he's not at the October meeting, then at least we know whether he can do
We'll certainly
a change for
Sure.
those.
Okay, and we'll check in with Bruce as well.
Yeah.
To make sure that that works, but why don't I send out an email, just a note about November 29th as the alternative. And I'll come back in October and we can get that done.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like maybe give us that November date and then a interim placeholder for December.
Okay. Can do. All we got.
Then with a pound of my fist. It's adjourned.
Thank you all so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
And once we're off
Thanks.
on Zoom, I have an